What's up, you guys? It's Julian. For today's video, I've studied a ton of old jungle tracks for years, and I'm going to show you everything I've learned on how to make these types of tracks. To go along this video, you can grab this template that you just heard in the intro at the top of the description on my website. Definitely make sure to go grab that. Thanks for the support, everybody. Make sure to like this video as well as subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get started. Alright, so first thing we got going on up here is this 808. So you can see right off the bat, it's actually a very simple pattern. It's only two notes. It's just C and D sharp. We're going to keep C minor here, so we're going between the root note and the minor third in the chord. There's these bouncy eighth notes. Pretty simple. It's really more about just getting it to groove with those drums. I recommend starting with the breakbeat, really, and then doing this pattern to the breakbeat. It's going to happen a lot faster that way, unless you really know what you're doing with this. All we have for the sound here is this 808. Really simple, right? You know, back in the day, keep in mind, they didn't have that much like crazy processing they could do. It was usually just a dry 808. All right, so then we've got this 808 hi-hat. Just sits over top of the drum break and gives it a little bit more like rhythm and honestly just energy. We've got our breakbeat next. So I'll turn off all the processing on it. That's what it sounds like dry. What we're doing here is this is the original Winston's Amen break. Like if I show you, this is the full sample. This is the OG. This is not a Rex file or anything. So what I did here is I just took this one loop basically and kind of created a bunch of chops. Right? You just go in here like with this, for example, and highlight. All right, I want to chop this section and then just, duplicate. Pretty simple stuff. It's honestly not that hard to do. I pitched it down a little bit, and then I started here with a little bit of a gate. Just to kind of cut some of those like kicks and snares, make them a little bit tighter. You could even bring this up more if you wanted to. Bringing the attack down so it's not messing with the transients or anything. After that, I have this saturator. So here's without it. With. So it's just like a harmonic exciter. It's on this medium curve setting, which is already adding like a lot. And then I have the bass frequency up a little bit more, so it kind of hits the hi-hats and the snares. I've got the dry wet at 32%. Then we get this EQ. Just a little bit of a high-end boost to kind of give it, a little bit more definition. And then we have our first pad. So like I said, we're in C minor here. We're playing like this C minor 9 chord with an added 7th. So basically we got root, 5th, 7th, 9th, and then the 3rd up there. So yeah, these are like very much like those old school sort of jungle pads. And then this here is kind of like this G. So we're starting on G, D sharp. So like what would be the 3rd, but then it's in this chord, it's going to be different. We have a G and then an A sharp here. So kind of just using the same notes to create a different chord, right? Then we have this wavetable patch. I've got a sub oscillator, this verbed wavetable plus this crystal shifter wavetable. And then you can see the amp envelope is like that. We've got a few different modulations, like an LFO on the oscillator 1 position and this envelope on there to just give it like a quick jump right at the start. We've got a little bit of that envelope on the oscillator 2 position and the filter as well. You can see just a few little things to like move these wavetables around and just get them kind of coming to life. Then we got noise unison. I've got a low pass. Here's without it. with it. I'm really trying to make that like deeper jungle sort of atmosphere with that. High pass filter, and then just a bit of reverb. We've got a string. So this is like the string ensemble, and it's just playing the root note, and then it goes up to the fifth every 4 bars. Right, really simple, kind of jungly vibes. And again, like back in the day, you know, it's like we have the string. That's the string. We're not going to do a bunch of compression and reverb and stuff. Just kind of let it be what it is. Then we have this piano. So this is, yeah, this melody, it's all just stuff in this C minor sort of scale, like C, so like root, 9th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, another 5th down here, right? Pretty simple stuff, same notes we've been using, but it just adds some musicality to the pads. Now, this is using the single sample piano. Actually, this comes with Ableton, like every version of Ableton. I like it for this because it kind of gives you that old school sampler sort of sound where, like, you know, it was kind of basic little pianos like this that don't sound the most realistic, but you still play like very beautiful melodies with it. And it kind of becomes something new that's good in its own way. So I was trying to lean into that a little bit, you know. I've shortened the piano a little bit here. We've got a low pass on it to get rid of a bit of the high end, some delay, reverb, and then a high pass filter. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe, and let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get this full project file, samples, MIDI, presets. The entire template is available on the top of the description on my website. Thanks for the support, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.